Hello, welcome back or welcome to the channel. I am Cindy ASMR. Today we are doing the Wicked book. Let me explain in more detail. We are going to be looking through this Wicked pop-up book. Now, I do want to be careful about copyright. I won't be reading everything word for word. There's a lot of little things to kind of open up and look at within the book, so I'll be focusing more on that and showing the little props and elements of it rather than just reading exactly the phrases. But yes, and then the other thing is that this is all of Wicked. So if you have not seen Wicked for Good, there's a high chance of spoilers in this book because it's the whole of Wicked, so including the ending. So please be aware of that if you have not seen Wicked for Good yet. I have not seen either of the Wicked movies because I am scared. I'm scared to watch them because the musical was it was so important to me and it meant so much to me. It was a really big part of my childhood and just growing up. It means a lot to me, and I just have not watched the movies out of fear that they will be disappointing or too different from the musical. It's really silly, but yes, it means so much to me, the musical itself, so it's hard. But with the new movie coming out, I think I should just watch them. I do really like the casting. I think that the casting was really good for it. So, and I've heard bits of Cynthia Erivo's Defying Gravity, but I haven't been able to watch the whole thing because I know I'll cry a lot. So I have to be ready for it. The song that makes me cry more than that is, I guess it's called For Good, but it's the one where they go, "I have been changed for good." First verse, and I'm already an absolute mess. So, yes, anyways, let's get into it. This book is really awesome. I do have my little mic again. I think the audio isn't that great, at least in this, the way I'm using it, but in order to have this not be backwards, I haven't figured out a great way to use my normal ASMR mic in a way that makes sense with that. I was able to change the audio so that it was more centralized instead of being able to hear the left and right, because it's confusing when that's flipped, but it sounded really echoey and it picked up a lot of extra stuff that I didn't want it to be picking up. So yeah, we're trying this again for now to see if I can get it good. All right, let's start before I just have the whole video be an intro and waffle on forever. So, based on the Broadway show, there is Elphaba and Glinda. I love her smile. Splendiferous delight and thrillifying intrigue. Astounding dimensional replicas to amaze and delight. Marvel as Elphaba defies gravity. And then we've got pop-ups by Keys Morbeek and illustrations by Greg Call. Here's the back. We have the wizard and a monkey. Oh, sorry, one last thing before we get into it. I just wanted to show off my cute, little pink and green bottles. My little Elphaba and Glinda. This one, I'll try and shake it close to the mic. It is a this is it's essential oil rollerball. Very refreshing. I like this. And then we have our little Glinda one. Which is this very glittery roller ball. But it's kind of hard to get this thing to work. Oh, it's working now. But I did put some on my cheeks. But yeah, it was hard to get it to work right. That's good. Yeah. Okay. That's enough waffling. Oh, you know what's gonna bother me? If the pink candle and the pink thing are next to each other. I want like pink, green, pink. Okay. All right, I'll put a timestamp for when I actually start. So here's our first page. Oops. There we go. The Wicked Witch of the West is dead. We have this big pop-up here. The Wicked Witch is dead. It starts as a whisper. The Wicked Witch is dead. The voices grow together, louder and more powerful, until suddenly crowds of people are chanting it over and over in unison. The words swoop through the green-lit, shining streets, past the buildings as tall as quaxwood trees, until all of the Aussians gather to celebrate the deliriously glorious news. The Wicked Witch of the West is dead. And then there's a little thing that slides out. Let's see what it does. I have trouble gripping and there we go. Alright, I have no idea what that does. I'm sure that's probably very... Oh, I figured out what it does. Here's Glinda coming down in her bubble. There we go. Ouch. It's good to see me. It is indeed a momentous day in the glittering Emerald City of Oz, and who better to get this party started than Glinda the Good? Her popularity and splendiferous looks have won the hearts of the Aussian people. In these troubled times, Glinda will lead the way. There's a baby Elphaba. So sweet. Glinda, yells the enthusiastic young Aussian. How dead is she? Glinda clears her perfect throat. Because there has been so much rumor and speculation, innuendo, outuendo, let me set the record straight. According to the time dragon clock, the melting occurred at the 13th hour. So, in conclusion, yes, let there be no doubt. The Wicked Witch of the West is dead, proclaims Glinda. The crowd cheers wildly. The girl pipes up again. Glinda, why does wickedness happen? Glinda waves her glittering wand and tilts her fluffy head to one side, which signifies that she's thinking. That's a good question. Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? Then she tilts her head to the other side, sending a fresh wave of pink bubbles across the spellbound crowd. She could have had it all, Glinda continues. Her mother was a stunning beauty, and her father was the governor of Munchkinland, for goodness sake. But like every family, they had their secrets. Yes, she became the Wicked Witch of the West, but she was born innocent and green. Her own father loathed the sight of her, and her poor mother died soon after. Glinda shakes her head sadly. So you see, it couldn't have been easy. The citizens nod their heads, but they have little sympathy for the Wicked Witch of the West. No one mourns the wicked, they yell. Your enthusiasm has been noted, says Glinda, And now I must leave you. I have much to attend to. But a young, brash reporter steps forward. Her voice rings out brazenly. Glinda, one last question. Is it true you are her friend? The crowd gasps. Glinda freezes, her poise lost. She opens her mouth, but no words come out. In an instant, the past becomes alive. All she can see is Elphaba. I just like that intro a lot. Now we go back to the past with an article from the Shiz University Gazette. So there's a big dance at the Ozdust Ballroom approaching. Morable's magic class is nationally recognized. And then there's a Q&A with Fiero Tigalar. I actually don't remember how that's said. Who's the new sharp-dressed guy setting hearts aflutter around campus? None other than royalty. Fiero Tigalar, Crown Prince of the Winkies, has joined our esteemed student body. Let's get to know him a little better with this issue's Shiz survey. Here's a picture of him. What are the questions? First things first is the scandalous Winky Prince single. How many schools have you been kicked out of exactly? I've lost count. What's your personal motto? Learn to live the unexamined life. There's more. Here's the back of the... I need to rest this on something. There we go. The back of the newspaper. Sorry, it's flopping around right now. Okay. We have an op-ed for Animal Rights Under Fire by Dr. Delmond. I love how it just like tells the plot points through this. Popular Corner, Dear Galinda, where she gives advice. It's like an advice column. Shiz University dance-off against Quadling College. Wow, that's terrifying. That's their sports section. What advice is Glinda giving me? I'm in love with the boy, but I think he likes my friend better. What should I do? Friendship is important, of course. Friends can change you for good. But if you know you're the better woman, fight for what you want. When someone is perfect for you, you just know it. That's very Galinda. This is back when she was called Galinda. She dropped it in favor of Glinda. And then we have, sorry, there's no good way to display this because it's so big. These are the letters that each of them, Galinda and Elphaba, sent to their parents about starting at Shiz. So they open. We'll open Galinda's and take it out. Bumping into everything. Galinda Upland of the Upper Uplands. Her letter, dearest, darlingest Momsy and Popsicle. And the first line is, there's been some confusion over rooming here at Shiz. So there has a lot of the song lyrics in there. And her sign off, love and a quadrillion kisses, Galinda. I love the different stationery and handwritings. Put that back. Get Elphaba's letter from the desk of Elphaba Thrupp. And then here's hers. My dear father, there's been some confusion over rooming here at Shiz. Instead of sharing with Nessa, I've been paired with a roommate who is somewhat blonde. But be assured I'll still watch over Nessa, for I know how much she means to you. And then she's talking about how Madame Morrible has invited me to join her very selective sorcery seminar. She says that I have a gift, and perhaps one day the wizard might even wish to meet me, which makes me feel that my future might truly be unlimited. And it's signed, your obedient daughter, Elphaba. I was homeschooled in 3rd and 4th grade, And my mom and I used to listen to the soundtrack a lot. We actually went and saw the musical. But she used Wicked for English lessons, and so this is how she taught me about foreshadowing. So yeah, I really appreciate the foreshadowing in Wicked. Never apologize for talent. And here's a postcard of Shiz University. And then this is going into the story of Galinda arriving to school in the initial conflict with her and Elphaba. And then Elphaba starts accidentally doing magic because she gets upset and meets Madame Marble and wants to tutor her. And then, oh god, I forgot how cool this book is. So here's their rooms, or their room, I guess, their beds. So here's Elphaba's side. Sorry about that. And you can open up the closet and see that she has just her sensible, sorry about the glare, her uniform in there. And then in her, what is here? Her desk, her supplies, and in her nightstand, some books, and then under her pillow, she has a green bottle. I can't even remember what that, I mean, I know her, like, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but her mother drank it before she was born. And then here's Galinda's chest of shoes. She has so many shoes. And then this goes into how they became friends. Actually, in here it says, Galinda did a favor for Nessa Rose, and when Elphaba persuaded Madame Morrible to allow Galinda into her sorcery seminar in return, the two of them mostly threw aside their differences. And then Galinda decides to give Elphaba a makeover. Here's the rest of her room. So we have her wardrobe, very full of pink clothes. I loved looking at the clothes in here. And then there they are, getting all makeovered. Look at how like happy Galinda looks. And the flower in Elphaba's hair, of course. And then we have some little makeup and nail polishes. And then we have the Emerald City. One short day in the Emerald City. I can't sing because copyright, but there we go. I'll back up a little so you can see it. I'm hoping you can see this. I can't see the screen at all, but yes, we have this whole map. I'm just leaning into the corner of my wall. There they are at the bottom, ready to take on the city. And there's some facts and a map key. What is in here? This is talking about their adventures. There is a whole story just in this book as well. They fit that in with all of the pop-ups. And then when Elphaba meets the wizard and she defies gravity, here we have this amazing, look at her, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just in the background. Let me try and give her a moment. I'm not making space for this. Wait, oh, go, okay. Can you see her? Oh, this is fabulous. Sorry, I keep poking my head out like I feel like I'm being so annoying. But isn't that so cool? Oh, there she's so cool. I'm losing her. Okay. And you can see some Aussians down there. They're scared of her. Oh, sorry. And you can see Galinda. But she's going. She's defying gravity. she's becoming what they all told her she was. Something I really loved about Wicked was the way that it dealt with this message of this, I guess, truth of like, it doesn't matter how good your intentions are and how good of a change maker you are if people don't like you. If people don't like you, it doesn't matter how much you do to try and change the world for the better. You do have to be a little popular. Okay, here's the final big pop-up. The wizard and all his flying monkeys. I am quite sure, but correct me if I'm wrong, that the phrase flying monkeys, as in you know, used when talking about narcissists, comes from Wicked. And, well, originally Wizard of Oz, of course. So, he keeps flopping around. It is hard to hold this up. Quite heavy. We have, oh man, that is so cool. Look at him. Evil bastard. And all of his, and there's Elphaba. All the monkeys. You set those monkeys free. Many suns had set and many moons had risen, and fear now filled the land of Oz. There were rumors and sightings, half-truths and untruths, racing from the streets of Emerald City to Munchkinland. The Wicked Witch of the West was on the warpath. She has an extra eye, said some. She can shed her skin like a snake, said others. But no one knew the truth except for Glinda, now known as Glinda the Good, which entitled her to even more spectacular outfits, and Fiyero, now her fiancé. They both knew the real Elphaba, the one they both admired and loved, though in very different ways. That's subjective. What they did not know was that Elphaba had returned to release the wizard's monkeys from captivity. The wizard was waiting for Elphaba, ready with some quick-talking excuses. You made this happen, said Elphaba. The people needed someone to believe in, he explained to her. They called me wonderful. He held out his hand to her. And you could be wonderful too. And then she finds Dr. Dillamond when she's about to essentially accept the wizard's proposal to join him for the good of Oz. Because he makes it sound so good. He's a smooth talker. And he told everyone that he would fix their problems. And they wanted someone to believe in no matter who gets hurt in the process. And I'm not saying anything else. And here is the final page here. I have been changed for good. So Madame Morrible calls on a cyclone, drops it on Nessa Rose. And then the wizard's guards, Elphaba goes to the scene of the crime. The guards of the wizard almost catch her. Fiyero rescues her. And then he gets captured instead. So that's when she's doing this spell to try and save Fiyero. No good deed goes unpunished. Here's her spell book and her spells. So she casts the immunity spell on him, which turns him into the Scarecrow. Unexpectedly, Glinda showed up, begging Elphaba to surrender, but it was too late. An emotional Elphaba told Glinda she must carry on her good works, and she handed her the Grimoire. You will have to learn how to read it, she told her. I believe in you. You're the only friend I've ever had. I've had lots of friends, said Glinda, but you're the only one who ever mattered. You came into my life for a reason. So much of me is what I learned from you, said Elphaba. Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. There were footsteps, and as Glinda hastily hid in a corner, a little farm girl threw water on Elphaba. From where she hid, Glinda saw Elphaba disappear. All that was left behind was her pointy black hat and a familiar green bottle, which Glinda took with her as she left for the wizard's palace. And there were those voices again, the voices of the Ozians, waiting to be spoken to by their leader. "The Wicked Witch is dead," they chanted. At the wizard's palace, Glinda banished the wizard and had Morrible arrested. She was beginning to feel something truly powerful in her. "The Wicked Witch is dead." Glinda heard their voices rising up all around her. They were calling for her guidance and goodness. Finally, she knew what to do. Glinda would call upon the power and determination she had learned from her friend and use it to become their leader. "Fellow Ozians, we have been through a frightening time, and there will be other times and other things that frighten us." She greeted them all as she landed, beaming every ounce of positive energy from herself at each Ozian. "But if you'll let me, I'd like to try to help," she said. "I'd like to try to be Glinda the Good." So, yeah, the book itself is obviously quite a bit different from the musical, but it has a lot of, it's shorter. It has a lot of elements, and yes, it's been years since I saw the full musical, so I think it would be great to, remember the full story and all the little bits and, like hidden things, all the foreshadowing, all of the things I maybe didn't pick up on as a youngster. But yes, I really like this story. There was something I really connected to in just, growing up neurodivergent, just being seen as evil, that doesn't make you evil. I don't know, something about it was really compelling of like this character who had such good intentions but just came across so wrong. And I don't know, just seeing her have a friend who still believed her, and just a lot of the other messaging around how groups of people can be manipulated into hating someone because of basically fear and misinformation. Yeah. And she was trying to save the animals, and it does unfortunately seem to matter how likable you are when doing something, when trying to make a change, and you can take over and be a tyrannical ruler and have supporters even if everything you do is horrible, if you're likable, and if you are giving people something to believe in, people that maybe haven't been listened to very much. So anyways, there's so much I could go into, but I am out of time. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope it was relaxing and cool, interesting, and I hope that you are feeling cozy and comfortable, maybe ready for bed or getting stuff done. And I hope you are able to be cozy and sleep very well with peaceful dreams, or get everything done that you are hoping to, and just have have a great have a good relaxing time, and above all else, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day / night. Bye.